What's up, YouTube? I just wanted to welcome you to the channel. I'm Austin Colburn and this is Cross Threaded. On this channel we're going to start off by building my 94 Wrangler behind me. We've already done quite a bit of work to it. Wasn't really sure if I was going to do this channel or not, but I decided to, so you're kind of catching us about a quarter of the way through. This is my buddy's shop. His name's Michael. I really appreciate all he's done for me and him letting me use his shop to build this Jeep. He's going to be the welder in the video that you're going to be watching. He's a great guy, and yeah, I just appreciate everything he's done for me. So we also may be doing some gun stuff, shooting whatever we could find. He's got a big farm we can go out to, maybe go hunting. I'd like to go to some off-road trails once the Jeep's done, hit those, see what it's capable of doing, and what else we have to upgrade afterwards. First, I'm going to start off with a little walk around on the Jeep, and then we'll start doing some work on the Jeep after that. Y'all enjoy. Yeah, there you go. All right, so this is my 1994 Jeep Wrangler YJ. I've had it for roughly 2 years. Some of the stuff we're going to be doing, we're going to build this front bumper. This is just a front bumper I had lying around that I cut up a little bit. Didn't really like the look of it. And we got this winch plate we're going to weld on it, cap the ends, and then we're going to weld on a bull guard to it. Sitting on 35-inch tires, stock axles for now. Going to run those for quite a while until I have the money to do a Super Duty axle swap. It's already spring over axle, so it's sitting at roughly 4 to 5 inches of lift. We started filling in some of the holes. We have body armor that's going to go on and bolts into those holes, but there were some more holes down below from previous body armor. We ended up welding those. As we started to peel back the paint, we found out there was a lot of Bondo. As you can see here, we're going to end up getting rid of all of it and pulling as much of the dents out as we can. We're going to try and not use as much Bondo that was on here. We did get a stud welder, and we started messing around with that. That works pretty good. We do have a new rear cross member from Taboo Customs. I accidentally bent this trying to pull a buddy out, and I did not properly pull him out. I ended up paying for it and bending this cross member. We still have all the holes on this side. We didn't weld on this side yet. We're gonna flip it around once we're done on the other side doing all the body work, and we'll show you some of the welding on the holes and how we did it. We also have to patch this side as well. Same spot, rusted out. We are gonna be bed lining the interior and exterior of the Jeep. We're gonna end up taking the tub off and patching some holes underneath. We're gonna be getting a new roll cage to go in here, something that's much more sturdy. Just completely fixing all the rust. I have a couple dash ideas that I'm working with right now. I'm not sure which way I'm gonna go. We're gonna put in a Dana 300 transfer case in this because I do have a hole in my MP231J transfer case. Like I said, we're going to end up bed lining the exterior as well. I'm not sure what color I'm going to do yet. I keep changing my mind. We do have some side steps, rocker armor to go on. That's the old tailgate. It's pretty rusted. We have GM 1-ton steering to go on. This is the rear bumper. We're going to weld some D-ring shackle mounts to it. I got some new seats, CJ7 tailgate, new carpet kit. We're gonna have to do some work on the doors. We do have some cracking on the doors, a little bit of rust, and I don't know, they tried to booger weld it together, but they need all new seals and window cranks and whatnot. We're gonna start off by putting a rust inhibitor on this metal. We're going to try and get it from the back side. and try and let it drip down through here and coat any rust. It's just gonna be too hard if we were to just cut it all out and coat it and clear the rust out. So we're just going to put the port 15 down in from the back, and hopefully it prevents it from rusting anymore. We're just gonna start off by spraying it down with some brake cleaner and cleaning it up. Alright, so we're going to start off by trying to use this turkey baster to get it in this little, the rust inhibitor in this little hole up at the top, and try and coat the metal. So there's actually two sheets of metal here. There's this support on the inside here, and then there's the actual sheet metal on the outside. And condensation will get in between the two, and this is a very common spot for rust to form. So we're going to try and coat it up and prevent it from rusting again. So much came out on the backside that I was able just to spread it around, and it coated the whole thing. Alright, while we wait for the port 15 to dry, probably won't mess with that anymore until tomorrow morning. We're gonna try and get as much Bondo off as we can, and may have to use a heat gun. I heard that takes off pretty well. Try that, but we're gonna grind off as much as we can first. Alright, well that was terrible. They literally had it 1/4 inch thick in some spots, but I just don't understand why, because I don't see anything significant enough to warrant using that much Bondo. I don't know, I'm thoroughly confused on what they were trying to accomplish, and then they just threw body armor over top of it, so it was pointless to begin with. And then we welded one of the holes down here, and I just forgot to grind that down, so I did that. Yeah, I don't know. We're just gonna try and get as much of this crap off as we can and get it real smooth, sand it all down, and bedline over it. Crazy. Just show you how thick that was. I mean, I had to go get a mask because it was getting really hard to breathe. I just can't understand. They coated everything with Bondo, and it just didn't need it. I don't think they knew how to properly use Bondo. And just made a whole lot of work for me. Alright, we're going to call that good for tonight. We got to wait for the port 15 to dry, and then we're going to weld in that piece to cover that tomorrow. But we'll get back at it again tomorrow. Alright, we're back here working on the Jeep. We're going to try and get this front quarter panel buttoned up and welded up so we can move on to some other things. Pour 15 isn't completely dry, but I think it'll be fine. This definitely used to be a lot worse. We had to put in a little patch panel here. You can kind of see where we welded it in, but we tried welding this shut, but it just keeps busting through. So I think we're gonna put a little support on the backside, and I think it'll be fine. I mean, we could probably leave it how it is now, but better safe than sorry. So let's clean up the backside and get it welded up. Alright, to make our plate, we're just going to stuff this cardboard in here and try and make a little template out of it. Just try and follow the seam. Doesn't have to be pretty or perfect, just has to work, and that will work. Alright, we got our cardboard cut out on our metal. Let's get it cut out and get it in place. Now that we got our cover plate slash brace cut out, I'll have to grind a little bit more paint off so we get a good weld, and we'll weld this in and should be good to go. Alright, now that we got that plate welded in on the backside, it's not the greatest, but this support is super thin. We have some holes on this along this edge, but we're gonna put some fiberglass on the backside to try and fill them. But it has enough structural support with that plate for me to feel safe about it. So I guess we'll just clean up everything with the grinder and pour 15 again, and then we'll put the panel on the front side here. Alright, we got our support all cleaned up. We got the pour 15 on it. It's not completely dry, but it'll be alright. We have our 16 gauge steel that we're going to weld in place. It's a little thicker than the sheet metal that's on here. This is 18 gauge. So it'll be stronger, and we won't have to worry about the support at all. I mean, it's pretty sturdy. So let's get it welded in, get it done. Alright, we got the piece welded in. It's not the flattest, but that's to be expected. Some Bondo will take care of the rest, all the little ripples and imperfections. But it's a lot more structurally sound than what was there. They did an awful job doing the body work on this thing. They just used way too much Bondo to cover whatever they were trying to cover. I don't really know, but we're trying to do it right. But until next video, thank you for watching.